The following is a live sports presentation on Glycon.
Glycon's coverage of UA Local 502 Louisville basketball game night starts now.
If you go to a lot around the state, most everybody's just one region. You know, they pick it and roll on. But we have two regions together, so it's kind of neat that it runs like that. Just off the top, want to thank Holy Cross for allowing us to come here. We have food over here to eat. Make sure we partake in that. They came and made it. They always make some good sausages and things like that. There's drinks over there in the blue cooler, so you know those are all to be taken. Hopefully, just take it all with you afterwards when we get going. So thank you, Holy Cross, for always allowing us to come out here. Second of all, as you can well see, for some of us a long time, most time it's just us, but now we have Glycon here. We have all these, we're live stream, so everybody is watching this, trying to anticipate where they're going to be at in the brackets. But Mark Evans, where are you at, Mark? Mark here, he's going to say a few words about the Glycon situation where we'll be going to in our tournament.
So first of all, I appreciate you for having us. I wear a couple hats. Over here is Nick Landrum.
Yeah, Willis.
I didn't know I was going to have to do this. Sorry, guys. Anyway, what I'm really here to do is just ask your approval as a group, for us to continue to do the games live. We're expecting to start Monday with the beginnings and then follow all the way through. And so, I just really want your blessings to come out and be able to do that. I think it's a great thing. When I was a coach for all those years, I loved it. I spent some time in Oldham County. It was always audio, but it was cool. It brought a lot to the game. So anyway, that's really what I'm here for. I'll be interviewing some of our coaches. I wish I could interview you all, but I can't. And you don't want to stand around and wait on me that long. But I appreciate the group. It's good to be back with the group as an athletic director now. I wear a couple hats. As an interim, I'm at DeSales right now, and as Coach Furch over here is my basketball coach, so I'm excited that he's in the tournament this year. But I'm excited for a lot of you. I know a lot of you really well, and I appreciate you. And that's really all I have. Thank you.
They'll be out at all these games, and I don't know about Monday and Tuesday, but that'll be up to the whole sites. But Wednesday on, they'll be at Atherton and Valley. All right, real quick, we're going to go over this. Most of the time, we've sent this to ADs multiple times, but just so you all know, just go over the highlights of it. Today's the draw. Those are the tournament sites right there. Those are the dates. Obviously, the big change for this year is that we're taking all the girls 6th and 7th region to Atherton. So just notice that within the tournament sites. The first rounds all the way around is the host sites. Make sure that you all talk about you talk about prices and things like that. That's up to you all, but the athletic directors of those two schools that will be playing in the first round, they'll be able to talk. Make sure that they're putting them in arbiter, those games. So athletic directors, make sure you're putting your first round games in arbiter, and you have to put down the exact officials group. So the 6th region is the 5th region officials, and the 7th region teams is the 8th region officials. So if you do not know how to do that, call my man Dave Zuber. He'll tell you exactly how to do it. We had to do it for ours already in the semifinals and the finals. You see what the finances are. If you win the regional, you get a $2,000 check above what the split is. That's to help you going forward to the Sweet 16, which for some of us it's a non-winner when you go up there, but it's a great time. But it's on a financial end, it's a lot. So that's a great thing that we do to give you all $2,000. The tickets right there are $12 on GoFan, $15 in cash, and that'll be especially for the semifinals and the finals. That's the way it'll be. You can negotiate that with your first round, but we ask that you keep that moving forward in the first round. Everyone must have a ticket moving forward. It doesn't matter if it's social media, whatever it is, the social media thing, I'll put it out to the athletic directors. They can send it out for the teams if they want to have people on the sidelines, but we'll only have a certain amount. Especially we get crazy on Friday night and Saturday and Monday and Tuesday. We're not going to have that many people down there, so maybe the maximum of 10. So you have to be approved. I put it out there on a Google sheet. They'll have to do it. Some people get approved, some people don't. I always call and tell them which way it is, or I'll text them or email them for that. The admissions policies. Now, everybody knows the Valley, how we come in the backside. Please do not bring your teams in the front side. We ask you to bring your buses around, drop them off on the side, come in the side where Tammy is, and so you can get your locker rooms and all that stuff. Now, you need to send your rosters to me with the amount of people that you're going to bring in. So that's the players, your coaches, your bus drivers, cheerleading sponsors, whatever it is. The trainer, your principal, and those people get in with their passes, but that's the only ones that we take. So 25 people is in your party. Okay, if you go over that, we charge you. And be honest with you, the last couple of years, we just if you bring in 35 people come in and they say I'm on the pass list, we'll just add it down and we'll take it off the share. So we just asked you to be the 25 people that come in that backside, and we'll go from there. But please come in the backside. It's just too much congestion up front. You see that for Atherton. You will be it's door 7, correct, Jeff? Yep. So everybody's coming in the same way, but we're going to have doors to come in for the teams on one side, media, and then in the middle we'll have where the regular people come in, the spectators. So we'll have that marked. Anything else about Atherton that we don't really know, Jeff? Is there anything else? Oh, buses will drop off and come all the way around into the front. Okay. 1 hour before, I'm just going to tell you this. If you're showing up an hour, 90 minutes before a game, and you're the first game, all you're going to do is sit in the locker room. I mean, just try to time that as best you can. It's not great just to sit there. I know you want to warm up, get stretched out, things like that, but let's just try to make it 1 hour before the first game especially. The second game, and you guys can come in and watch. 15 players on a bench. I know some of y'all have 18, 19 on a roster. I've already looked. 15 people on a bench. It should be whatever the roster is for the KHSAA. Cheerleaders, pep bands. Jared Baker, if you have a pep band, call Jared Baker. Let him know you're coming. Yep. The officials, like I said, were the 6th. We know that. They're $110 a game. If you want to do radio, it's $200 per game. Glycod's doing the streaming, so that's the only one that we'll use there. Trophies, we all know about that. If you want to cut down cut down your net, go back to your school and do it. I think Mercy did that last year. They cut down their own nets. So go back to your own school and do it. But that's what we do, and it's the coaches that select the kids off your team. So just know afterwards, win, loss, we'll be asking for those kids. The warm-ups, the fine of $1,000 coming on the floor. We just want to make sure that people are safe, as we know nowadays, man. It could go in a second, man. if you win in an exciting game, we've got to make sure that your administrators are at that game, that are in front of those student sections to keep them back. There's going to be a few games where there's not going to be any room at all. And if we have 500 people on the floor, it's going to be complete chaos. So we just ask that. I know you are the coaches, but there's administrators. Please ask them to be there. But does anybody have any questions before we start the draw? Yes? Okay. All right. Yep. What's that? The trainers need to bring the trainers, because as of right now, I do not, just like the LIT, we did not have any trainers that stepped up, because right now the training world is going the wrong direction. I believe that 95% of us have athletic trainers. Bring them to the game. I mean, heck, they're part of the team. And like I said, they get in there. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll put them around. Okay. I'll put them around. Just the days. All right. So just so we go for the first bracket, we're going to do the girls 6th, the girls 7th, the boys 6th, boys 7th. There's just a couple little changes on here. We'll get to the brackets. When we get to them, we'll talk about it. Monday for the girls, all on 3-2. We'll talk about times afterwards, after we draw. And then on the 6th region, it should be on the second round should say Wednesday, but the date is right. It just should say Wednesday. And then obviously the Saturday at 5:30 is good. All right. Yep. So last year the 6th region played last, so the 6th region will play first. What's that?
The 6th played first.
Yeah, the 6th. Yeah. All right. So it's Monday, Wednesday, Saturday for this, for the 6th, and it's Monday, Thursday for the 7th. All right. If you had something on Thursday, cancel it. All right. Good to go? I think we're going ready to draw the 6th region. We're going to start with District 23, which is Bullitt East, and there should be 1, 3, 5, and 7 in there. Bullitt East is 1. Yeah, Three for Mercy. Mercy is 3. Next was PRP. PRP is 7. Next one's Butler. Yeah. So it'd be 5 for Butler. So right now we got Bullitt East, Mercy, Butler, and PRP. 2 and 4.
2 and 4. Who they go to?
They go to Valley's first.
Valley's first.
Valley draws 2 or 4. Valley is 4. Next would be Doss. North Bullitt. 2 would be Doss. 6 and 8.
Am I going to first?
North Bullitt. North Bullitt draws first. North Bullitt. 6, Fern Creek. 8. All right, so let's talk about this bracket real quick. We start up at top. It's Bullitt East, Doss, Mercy Valley, Butler, North Bullitt, PRP, Fern Creek. We asked that we like to have them at 7 o'clock, but some people like to move them. So we'll just go down the game times real quick. Bullitt East, 7 o'clock. Mercy, 6 p.m. Mercy. Butler, 6:30 Butler. PRP, 7. All right, so we got it right. Bullitt East, Doss 7, Mercy and Valley 6, Butler, North Bullitt 6:30, PRP and Fern Creek 7. Second round would be Wednesday at 6, and Wednesday at 7:30 at Atherton, and 5:30 would be the finals. Everybody agree? All right. Top team is the, that's correct, on home. Top team will be the home team, and they will wear the white. All right. 7th region. Ready? Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart. Ballard. Okay, well, solves that problem. All right, next one's Manual. Manual is 7. Assumption. Assumption is 5. You got them here. So, let's see, the Assumption. So Central. Yep. Central will draw first. And then, hey, Sean. Next, right? Central is 4. And Collegiate? 2. All right, so far up top we got Ballard, Collegiate, Sacred Heart, Central. The next one would be Atherton, and then Cal. Yeah, Atherton, then Cal. Atherton is 8. All right, Cal is 6. All right, going back down here, it's Ballard Collegiate, Sacred Heart Central, Assumption Cal, Manual Atherton. All right, let's go down to the first one. Ballard, what time? Sacred Heart? Assumption? Manual? All right, so coming down the first row, it's Ballard Collegiate at 7, Sacred Heart Central at 6, Assumption Cal at 6, Manual and Atherton at 7, and then the second round is, we're going to go on and put these in there. The second round will be Thursday at 6 o'clock at the top, and then Thursday at 7:45 down at the bottom. So, yep, 6 and 7:45. And then the championship game will be at 7:30 on Saturday. Everybody good with this one? All right. Do I got 7:30? I might move that around. Probably 7:45. I'll move that back. All right, boys, 6 region. You got them? First draw is Moore. Moore is 7. W.E.B. Du Bois. Fairdale. And then Butler. Got away from J-Town. All right. So right now it's Butler, Du Bois, Fairdale, and Moore. So the first one is Bullis Central, and then PRP. It'd be 2 and 4. Bullis Central, and then PRP. Four for Bullis Central. And then 2. Yep, 6 and 8. Butler. It'd be J-Town first. J-Town is 6. DeSales. 8. All right. So, Butler, PRP, Du Bois, Bullitt Central, Fairdale, J-Town, Moore, DeSales. Now, go with times and locations here in a second. Butler, PRP, 6:30. Du Bois and Bullitt Central will be at Fern Creek, 7 o'clock. Fairdale and J-Town. And then Moore and DeSales. So Butler PRP at 6:30, and the rest of them are at 7. Second round games are at Valley at 12 and 1:30. And then the championship at 7 o'clock on Tuesday. All right, now for the 7th region. Start off with Trinity. Ballard. Manual. This is a huge draw right here. Ah.
7.
And then St. X. Okay. Supposed to be Eastern. Yep. The next to draw will be Eastern and then Central.
6 and 8 or
2 and 4.
Eastern and then who?
Central. Four is Eastern. Central. 2 is Central. Next to draw will be Wagner, then Mel. Wagner is 8. Mel. 6. All right. It goes St. X Central, Trinity Eastern, Ballard Mel, Manuel Wagner. From there, let's go St. X. St. X. 7 o'clock. Trinity. Ballard.
Hey, we do it 4:30. 7 o'clock. 7.
Manual. All right, so going up from the top, St. X Central at 7, Trinity Eastern at 7, Ballard Mel at 7, Manual and Wagner at 7. The second round, it says to be announced, but we'll do 6 o'clock at the top, and then down at the bottom we'll do 8. And then the championship game at 7. Does anybody have any questions about anything with the tournament? I talked to a few coaches before. Mark Evans has asked to interview a few of you all. I know some of y'all have to get back to practice, but GlyCod is sponsoring us, so give them your time for a little bit, and then we'll go from there. Anybody have good luck? Anybody have any questions last time? All right, good job. Good luck.
Don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and on the other side, we're going to be with Coach Mark Evans, and he's going to sit down with a couple of the coaches from the 6th and 7th girls and boys region. Don't go anywhere, folks. We got some great interviews on the other side of this commercial break. Stay right here on GlyCod.
Buying or selling a new home, and you want to do it with few hassles? Count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Go ahead, pour it on, as thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham, always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with GlyCod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com, celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
Blind Direct, not just blind. Blind Direct, not just blind.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on GlyCod.
Perfect. Yeah. I guess. I mean, it depends on the kid. Good afternoon. We're here with Coach Kovac of the Assumption Rockets. Great team this year, Coach, and really brought the program a long way in just a couple years. So, how are you playing right now? How's things going?
Yeah, thanks, Coach. We're doing well. We've got through the sickness and the injury bug that hit us a few weeks ago. We've been able to celebrate a bunch of milestones with some of the players too, and I think that always brings the team closer together. We had a really great buzzer beater win last season, regular season game. So a lot of those are culture wins, and I'm excited about how we look right now.
Yeah, that gets you over the hump wins.
Yes.
Those are believing wins.
Yes.
Where they know that they can do that.
Yep.
So what about the draw? What do you think?
Yeah, well, I didn't have magic fingers because I didn't have to really draw. I was the last one, but you know, it's in God's hands, and we're excited to go out and play. And this is such a fun time of the season, so girls are ready.
Well, best of luck to you.
Thank
Coach.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Enjoy practice.
Thanks.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Good afternoon. I'm here with Coach Kevin Klein of the St. X Tigers. Great team over the last years, great coach. So what about it, Coach? How do you feel like you're playing at this point in time?
I feel really good about our group. You know, there's only so many things you can control this time of year. We really challenge our guys to try to go out on top at home. We were fortunate to host the district tournament, but that means we had to have beaten Mail for a third time to get one more home game on Tuesday night. And we were able to control that, which means we get our home gym, we get our fans, we get the Wills Center for one more night. And these seniors have earned that, and they deserve that. And, you know, we've got 4 seniors. They have a combined 15 years of varsity experience. It's a super tight-knit group, super unselfish. They play so hard and so well for one another, and that's all you can hope for this time of year when you're playing for another trophy.
Well, I mean, the 7th region, I thought it was strong last year. I've not seen it so brutal and forever. It's always a great region, probably it's the best in state. I'm a little biased. What did you think about your draw?
You know, the draw is, like I said, you can't control. You can control certain things, and being able to play at home against a runner-up, you hope is going to be more favorable at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, 8 teams have a chance to go 3-0, and our goal is to try to go 1-0 Tuesday night, and we want to get back to Valley High School. And we've been to Valley 4 times this year, and the goal is to get out there 2 more times. And this group that we have is hungry. They're determined. They have a great chip on their shoulder, and that's been a really neat thing. Regardless of the success this group has had in the past and throughout this year, our best is still in front of us, and that's what keeps us motivated and hungry to practice the next day, because we really feel like that next trophy, that next game is going to be our best.
Well, how do you handle your day in, day out with that? I mean, I'm sure you feel some sense of responsibility. I mean, it was a tough one last year, and you had a great team last year. You do a fantastic job, but sometimes you just have a tough day. Have you used that to push for this coming year? Or
not really. Our guys remember that, and we've set some goals at the beginning of the year, and we've got a vision, and we have pillars and values that we live by each and every day. And at the end of the day, it's not a best-of-7 series. It's one game, and it's high school, and you see it in college, and anybody can be their best for one day. So we want every practice and every segment of every practice to be our best, so that translates over to the games. And we know we're going to get everybody's best shot, but we also want to give our opponent our best shot, and we hope that's going to be good enough.
Well, I really wish it best.
I appreciate all you do, Mark. Thanks a lot.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German.
Folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Now look at you, Mark, at the camera.
Do I look at the camera?
Look camera. Okay.
Yeah, look at the camera. Good afternoon. I'm here with a very close friend of mine. We've been rivals for years, but we're also the closest of friends, and that is Coach Chris Stallings of Bullitt East. We've had a lot of battles together, but but we consider ourselves family. We always have been. Well, Chris, tell me how your team's playing at this point in time. I've tried to keep up as much as I can, but it's tough. There's a lot of teams out there.
Well, we're playing about as good as we can play, especially offensively. And there towards the end of the year, I just kept telling the kids, and the snow set us back a little bit, and then we had 6 games to get ready for this time of year, and I thought. Like I said, offensively, we're playing really well. Defensively, we've still got some work to do.
Yeah. Well, good luck on that. That's always tough to get them to play defense. As far as going into this draw, what do you think about your draw?
Well, I thought it was very important with us changing districts. I was telling Nick earlier, I thought it was very important for us to win our district, because if we had lost our district, we could have drawn Mercy or Butler first round. So to get a game hopefully under our belt and play one of those teams in the semifinals, that's the best we could hope for.
Sure, and you're kind of slated to come back and see Mercy again if everything goes well for
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So which would be like old home.
Be old time. But I told our kids when that district changed and stuff, I thought we went from the toughest district in the region to the toughest district. Had 4 quality teams in it this year. In our district. So I think it's kind of battle tested us, and hopefully we're ready.
Well, I wish you the best.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Chris.
See you, buddy.
See you, man.
It's always good to see you.
Always good to see you, too.
I'm gonna try to get me a woman.
Buying or selling a new home, and you want to do it with few hassles? Count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Good afternoon out there. I had the pleasure of talking to W.E.B. Du Bois's head coach. Rolled in here last couple years and has already won a district championship, which is real special. This is Coach Alexander.
Yes, sir.
He's new on the scene, but as fast as he turned things, I'd say he'll be around for a while.
Hopefully.
Coach, tell us a little bit about your team. You're new to me a little bit. I try to do a lot of games, but I haven't had you this year.
Yeah. So WDB Du Bois, 4th year in our having a varsity program. So I've been a head coach for 4 years. Last year we was in the 7th region. We had to play with Male and St. X, so that was a tough district to play with in the 7th. And then this year we're now in the 6th when they reclassified or removed everything around. Our guys, we have 3 seniors. Our guys have been 8th and 9th graders starting the program, and now juniors and seniors. We got a chance to play in the district and now win a district championship. So our guys compete, fight hard, play together, and play for each other.
Great. Look forward to seeing you play. I'm sure I might have one of your games.
Yes, sir.
As far as the draw goes, what's your thoughts on the draw overall?
I'm excited. Just with us being able to be in this situation, it's one game at a time. We've had a chance to see Bullitt Central on film. We've played opponents that they've already played, like Moore and different other teams. So I'm excited to get to work and break down that film one game at a time.
Well, I appreciate it, Coach Alexander. Best of luck to you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate
Thank you, sir.
Have a good one.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Yes, we're here at the drawing, the 6th and 7th region drawing, and it's my pleasure to introduce. Actually, I wear two hats. I'm actually the interim AD here at DeSales, and I got a great young coach, and Coach Derek Furch, and we're just going to talk a little bit about his thoughts, his team first, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the draw and how he feels about it. Coach Furch, tell us about your team.
Had a really good season. We knew in June that we had a group that was going to play, a fun style of basketball. We like to get up and down, shoot a lot of threes. It's been a really fun season. I think we've beaten some teams that some other folks didn't think that we could beat. We've competed well. It's been a really fun season, and we thought we would be here when we got the team together in June, and it's exciting to finally be here after missing the 6th region tournament last year, and we're in a good spot.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, what about your draw? How did you see that as falling out for you?
Yeah, more. I think you can kind of throw out their record. They played a really tough schedule. They played everybody in the 6th and 7th region, really. They have some really talented guards. They put a lot of pressure on people, and they got some guys that can knock down shots, too. I've watched a little bit of film on them. Obviously, we'll dive into that the next couple of days, but there's no easy draw in the 6th region. We got to go on the road to play it more. They're talented. They're well coached. They have a lot of energy. Our guys are going to have to work really hard the next couple of days and get it right to hopefully have a chance.
Well, really look forward to it. Wish you the best, Eric. You know that. And I'll see you at school tomorrow.
Yep, appreciate you, boss.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Yes, I'm here with Corey Gainey, a close friend of mine. Actually, Corey coached my daughter way back in the day in AAU ball, and we've been buddies for a long time, pretty much family. And he did something real special last night out at Ballard, and won himself the district 2 years in as a head coach. Coach, tell us a little bit about your basketball team.
We're pretty old. We got a veteran group. We got 5 seniors on the team, led by Ari Rogers and Kendall Taylor. Pretty solid group. Our strength is our defense. When we get up after teams, we press teams a lot, and that's our strength, our defense.
Yeah, you made it happen last night. Got a lot of turnovers, which turned into a lot of layups.
Yes.
And that's always nice to have the easy ones. What about your draw?
About the best we can get. I mean, you got Sacred Heart, Assumption, Central, and Manual, top 15 teams in the state. I mean, and that's in your region alone. So that is about as good as we can get as a draw. So I'm happy about it.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. Look forward to seeing you down the road here, Corey.
Thank you, Coach. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Good afternoon. I had the pleasure of speaking to Coach Candace Bingham Wheeler, coach of Butler High School, head coach of Butler High School. I knew Candace way back when I coached actually against her, and she beat me more than once, I'd say. But anyway, great coach, great person. Coach, tell us a little bit about your basketball team. What were the highlights of your kids?
Yeah, I think we have, some people that can score. I got probably 2 or 3 double-figure scorers, but I think it varies every night. We're kind of young. I got 3 seniors, a good sophomore, so we're pretty balanced in that aspect.
How'd your draw go for you?
I mean, 6th Region has always been competitive, so I think whoever we draw is going to be a good game. Hopefully, obviously we all want to win, but I think it's going to be a good competitive game against North Bullitt. They're a good squad, so I mean, whoever comes out and is ready to play is going to win.
I've seen you play twice, and I was pretty impressed.
Thank you.
I think you do a lot of good things. Defense really turns people over and makes good things happen for you. Doesn't surprise me that you're big on defense. And so, anyway, I wish you the best.
Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate it.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com, celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Yes, Mark Evans here with Glycod. Having the pleasure to talk to a great friend of mine. We've hit it off from the day we first met each other. Great coach, and kind of been bitten by the bug of injuries over the last couple of years. Has had some great teams, and those things kind of happen. But I'm with Tim Hayworth, the head coach of the Male Bulldogs. And anyway, Coach, kind of tell us about your trials and tribulations over this year.
Yeah, we started off, I'd said before the season started, I thought this could be a state championship team. And, we got into the King of the Bluegrass. We won it. We were number 1 in the state, and then Trey went down with the ACL injury, and then Jordan went out for 7 weeks with the Achilles, and then Jaden went out recently. And so, we're losing 3 of our top 4 scorers. It's been a struggle, for us. But I tell you, it's been one of my most enjoyable seasons. There's been no problems like off the court. Like the guys compete so hard, on the court. They play together. And so it's been a really, really fun season just seeing guys grow up and just really give us everything they've gotten.
Well, I had the pleasure of seeing your Manual, the Manual Mill game. That was a sold-out crowd out in Manual just a few nights ago, really. And, it was good to see your win back for you. I mean, that was really important. And, it made a big difference, you could tell. So as far as your draw goes, it could be much tougher, I don't believe. I also saw Ballard play last night. I did that game, and I think they were at least hitting on all cylinders. What's your thoughts going into this? How's your mind right now?
They're really good. We knew anytime that you lose the district, we're in the tough district with St. X, so one of us is going to have to go on the road. We know that any team that we play, they're going to be good. And, Ballard's playing really well. And, I respect Coach Willis. And, since I've been here, Male Ballard's always been a really good game. And so, they got a good team as they always do. And, the Gribna kid obviously is the main cog, just because we lose Trey at 6'10" and Jaden at 6'5", so to be able to guard him down low, we like our matchups everywhere else. So we're going to figure out how we can guard him on that low block.
I've been around you a long time. I'm sure you'll have a good plan, and let's hope your kids can take care of what they need to take care of.
Absolutely.
Wish you the best, Coach.
Thanks so much, Coach.
Thank you.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Yeah, Mark Evans here with Coach Nick Cann of the Mercy Jaguars, a place I know well. Place I spent a lot of time with, and Nick's a great friend and a tremendous coach, and it's good to have the opportunity to interview you today, Nick. As far as everything goes, tell us a little bit about your basketball team this year for those that haven't seen you play.
We have a pretty diverse group of kids. We've got a lot of youth that fills out our depth, but we're definitely led by our senior group. Abby Reitzel's been around. She's been our best player for 3 years. Maggie Young has come along and is our leading scorer right now this year, and those two have definitely led us on the floor, but with a lot of help from others. So we do think depth is a big strength of ours.
Fantastic. What about your draw?
It's the 6th region's pretty balanced this year, and I think for as long as I can remember, I don't even know the last time somebody other than Mercy or Bullitt East or Butler has won the 6th region. But there is definitely some other teams this year that could step up and win it and knock some people off. PRP's playing really, really good right now. I think they got a shot at it. I watched them play Valley last night. Valley's been solid. They made the run all the way to the semis last year. He's got pretty much his same group back. And so, you're going to have to play every game, which is good. I mean, we want to be playing our best, and, I think right now that we've been playing pretty well too. And so, we'll just see where it all falls.
Sounds good, Nick. Really appreciate it, and I wish you the best.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
Red Ball Recycling is Southern Indiana's #1 recycling choice for a reason. We offer top dollar for all scrap metal. We can buy steel, copper, aluminum, brass, junk cars, and more. Call or stop by Red Ball Recycling and turn your scrap metal into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
This is the mower that cut the lawn, that became the place their kids grew up. The legendary Exmark Laser Z is the zero-turn mower more landscape pros trust. For cut quality, comfort, and reliability. Exmark, official mowers of the backyard life. Visit your local dealer or explore the Exmark Laser Z online for special finance offers, available now.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game.
Folks, we're going to take another quick commercial break. On the other side of this commercial break, I'm going to sit down with Mark Evans, and we're going to preview some of these matchups, talk about the ones we like, some exciting ones, and just break it down. We're going to take another commercial break real quick, though, and on the other side, we'll get that analysis. Stay right here. Don't go anywhere, folks. We got your 6th and 7th regional selection show coverage on Glycod.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Mark, great selection show this morning. Got to talk to a bunch of really great coaches this morning. Overall, what are some matchups? Let's start with the 6th and 7th girls regions. What are some matchups that you're really excited for, you think are going to just create some really great games? What matchups are you excited for the most?
Nick, I really believe that the second round is going to be the real matchups. I think those are going to be the best of the best. 6th region, as Coach Nick Can said, is probably more balanced than it's been in a long time. There for a while, Mercy was a power, Bullitt East was a power, and Butler was a power, and everybody else was on the outside looking in. But PRP's been playing fantastic lately, putting up a lot of score, a lot of points on the board. So, I think they might be that dark horse, that wild card that could roll in there and not anybody know. But, once again, I think day in, day out, the favorite would probably be Butler, even though I know Mercer was trailing Butler and outscored them 15 straight points and came back to beat them. But, day in, day out, it looks like Butler's been the most consistent. And then you never can count out Bullitt East. They've been a program forever. Chris Stallings does a great job. It's kind of odd. They got moved out of that district they were in with Mercy, and they still get to play each other to move on in the region in the second round if they both win. I mean, of course, I'm not going to count out Dawes. Coach does a great job out there, and I'm not going to count out Valley. I know their program's really improved. So, but anyway, I think that's pretty much the deal. I think most people would bet on Butler if they had to, but PRP's a wild card, and never count out Mercy and Bullitt East.
Fantastic. As far as the 7th region girls bracket draw goes, a lot of really, really great teams in the 7th region here. You got Sacred Heart, you got Assumption. Ballard has been looking really good. Manual's been looking really good, especially as the season has gone on. These teams have gotten stronger. They have really been putting together just some incredible basketball games towards the end of the season. Mark, what teams are you looking to advance from this region, and what are some teams you're just really excited to watch?
Well, I think you just have to be honest with it. The two teams that most people would throw the money down on it would be Sacred Heart and Assumption. I did this Assumption Sacred Heart game. It was
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Welcome back, folks. We apologize there. We had some power and technical issues there that took our soundboard offline. Apologies if the quality is not as good. We will be going out of the MacBook microphone for the remainder of the broadcast. But picking right back up where we left off, Mark, what are some teams?
Sure. We were talking 7th region girls. I mean, until Sacred Heart is beaten, Sacred Heart hasn't been beaten in the region finals in a long time. They're a state champion 5 years in a row. But coming onto the scene the last 2 years has been Assumption. They really improved the roster. They have a very good coach in Coach Karen Kovach. I did the game. They pretty much gave Sacred Heart everything they wanted, and Sacred Heart made a miraculous comeback. But still in all, you have to get over that hump, and I think that those are the two teams to beat, and it's almost like a seeding in this situation, which is not, it's a draw. But they're set to meet each other in the end. But with that being said, Central's done a fantastic job. He's really done a great job. He's just had some really tough draws, and this year is no different. He's played Sacred Heart the last couple years, and Deshaun does a good job. He's a good coach, and so you never know. I mean, he might pull it out. Be tough with no. Ballard, collegiate, really new to the region. They were for a while. They were in a little bit of a drought. Collegiate, it's been a long time since I've seen them in. Coach Corey Gainey from Ballard, I go way back with him. He actually coached my daughter in AAU ball, and he does a great job, and I know that was a big win for them the other night to be able to host. Cal, I don't know as much about this year. They've had a good team. They've been a little bit up and down. I see that. But, don't count Manuel out. Ashley does a super job.
I'll put them back.
They struggle a little bit putting the ball in the basket. They play great defense. They turn teams over. They're just going to have to make the simple shots to be able to move on and contend. So realistically, I look at Sacred Heart and Assumption, the teams to beat in the 7th without a doubt.
I believe when Sacred Heart and Assumption played earlier in the season, that game went to overtime. So that's going to be another really great matchup if that ends up being our championship matchup on Saturday. But like you said, Manual also looking really good. We got to watch them a couple weeks ago at Male Manual, and they were lighting it up through the first half. So I think if they can channel that and to quote Coach David Henley, if they will channel their inner Steph and then make their shots, I think they stand a pretty good chance.
David's a good one to quote. He's been a great coach for a lot of years. I know him pretty well. That's the best. That's the best I've seen a Manual team shoot the ball in a long time. So what that means is they're probably getting the rhythm. They're getting their legs. I think what we really enjoyed watching them play is Ashley's she's all about the defense, but she's really got the kids sharing the basketball and making the extra pass. They're taking the ball from left to right. They're reversing the ball, and they're getting the good shots. They're not just coming down and forcing things. That usually gets you in trouble in the long run on the team going the other way back.
Fantastic. Moving gears, going from girls to boys. We got the boys 6th region. A couple teams on here. Anybody really sticking out to you? I know last night we got to cover the end of the 21st district championship, covered by Todd Carter. Great broadcast there. Check out all of our broadcasts on our YouTube page or at glycod.com. Feel free to go back through and watch those again. We always put a lot of effort and care into those. But as far as this 6th region goes, Mark, who's really sticking out to you?
Well, Butler sticks out. I mean, I watched them play in their finals of their district against a pretty good DeSales team, and they were hitting on all cylinders. They were a team to watch. Coach Geary does a great job. He's a coach. They play well. They spread the court well, and they get along well. And they really have a very talented team. PRP is they're always around. They're always there, and they're a rival for Butler, a big rival. So anytime you talk about that first game, those are rivalry games. anything can happen. New on the scene after only being 4 years old, W.E.B. Du Bois. I've heard all year long how good they were. Well, they are pretty good when they can beat a J-Town team that's really, really plays their best basketball at the end of the year to go on and win their district. With that said, both Centrals had a good year. Fairdale came out of that real well. That was a big win for them to knock off, I believe, PRP. And you just can't count out J-Town. Coach does a great job. Last couple of years. And first of all, they didn't talk about him too much, and you got better, best at the end of the year, and won a very difficult region over the last couple of years. Then went on last year state tournament and knocked off, what most people thought was going to win the state, the St. X team, and then went on and got clipped toward the end. But he does a great job. So I think they're the, I would say Butler and Moore had a great year. DeSales is a lot of fun to watch. They get up and down. They shoot the ball. They shoot the ball great. They shoot the ball great. That'd be a fun game. That Moore DeSales game would be a lot of fun. But if I had to bet, I would look at I would look hard at Butler and J-Town as probably being the favorites going into this thing, and they're set up to play in the finals.
Fantastic. And specifically for DeSales, a little bit of personal connection there, if I'm not mistaken. Correct, Mr. Athletic Director?
Yeah, I try to not be biased in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, that happened. A close friend of mine was in need of an AD at a tough time, and I kind of stepped up and helped him out, and it became an interim 1-year deal. A little bit more than I bargained for, but it's been great. I really have enjoyed it. So yeah, I got a little vested interest in this one, but that's all good. It's been good. It's just good being back in the sports world. I love the Louisville area. I'm a mutt, and when I say that, I'm both private and public. And I care about everybody. So we've had a lot of good times as ADs together. A lot of them are still around. A lot of them are gone, but it's just a great community to be in. So I've enjoyed my time back at DeSales. I've really enjoyed my time at Blackhawk because it catches me up on my buddies that have been coaches for years. So, when you're old, you know everybody. You know that, Nick. I
mean, yeah, like you're saying, we show up to games, and it's like everybody in the gym. You are a celebrity. Every gym you walk into, Mark, you are a celebrity.
Well, I appreciate that. My life's always been trying to treat people how I want to be treated, and that's kind of what I've lived. But there's just so many good people in sports, and what these ADs do out in all these schools is amazing to me. And the ones I admire the most are the ones that are in the toughest schools. It's easy when you have a bunch of help. It's not so easy when you don't. So I really admire a lot of my JCPS people, as well as my Catholic side and private side with Christian Academy and Brad. We're all good friends, and it's great to have those relationships.
Absolutely. Last tournament we're going to be previewing here on our selection show before we send you home for the afternoon. The 7th Region boys. This region has been crazy all year. We've been covering, specifically myself, I have been a part of several broadcast teams that have just covered some absolutely insane, competitive, crazy 7th Region matchups between Male Manual, Ballard Eastern, just the list goes on and on and on. Just a lot of really, 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 really great matchups this year. Mark, who do you think can advance from this tournament, and who are you just excited to see?
Well, I'll tell you what, I guess first of all I'd like to say is what's been so cool throughout this year for the most part, and especially in this 7th Region boys, is the crowds. I mean, they have been fantastic. It reminds me of my times in high school, and I went to Jeffersontown High School. But it's been fantastic. The student sections, and it's been classy too. It's been well run. These ADs have done a great job. The kids on the court play hard, but they don't play dirty. I mean, it's just been a joy to see the environment and the feel. It feels like it's all coming back after the COVID days. It's just gives me energy. It kind of, gives you cold chills sometimes. We've been in some gyms sold out lately, and it's been awesome. As far as this region, I'm biased. I do know we cover other regions. I know we cover the 8th, and I know we cover the 11th as Black Eye. But of course, I am a bit biased. I am from here, but I can't even imagine there being a better region than the 7th region boys. Just fantastic teams. Most of them, a lot of teams on this list that I'm looking at right now has been either in the top 5 all year long, if not one. As Tim Hayward said, coming out of the beginning of the year, they were rolling and they won the King of the Bluegrass, and they're ranked number 1. And then what kills coaches and beats them down and wears them out, he had the injury bug hit, and it hit hard. Took out his post player with an ACL, took out another great player with an Achilles issue that just got back. And it's hard when you're having those kind of losses to, first of all, to put a happy face on in practice every day as a coach, because you just feel defeated to a point. You got to really, really work at it. But they were one that was looked to be as one of the best, and they also had another player, but they were both back. Two of the 3 are back, but it's still back late, which makes it tough. Ballard, my gosh, I've seen him twice. I saw him down 14 to what I think is one of the better teams around, a Manual team. Beginning of the year, down 14, and Ballard had a young freshman step up and hit 5 straight threes in the 4th quarter and flipped the game.
I specifically remember, I believe Ballard ended the 3rd quarter with 37 points and finished that game in the 70s.
Oh, it was the most amazing thing. What I really couldn't believe was, I couldn't believe that they came that a freshman, Woods, is the one that knocked down the shots. He'd already hit 2 threes. Best way to score is in transition. And they started getting some energy, and they started getting a little bit of turnovers. They started getting a little bit of transition. But what I was amazed with that team was they knew he was hot, and they found him. It might take them 2 reversals, but they found him, or they found him in transition, and it was spectacular. And it was a packed house, and it was a great game, and both teams deserved to win. And that brings to Manual. I think the last several years they've been right there. It just seems like they've had one tough game at one wrong time in the regionals, but I think they're capable of winning it. Wagner's got a good team. You look at Trinity. Trinity got a key player back some time ago. My DeSales team played them at DeSales. He's a difference maker. He's a tremendous player with a tremendous team, and they're well coached also. That gets us to St. X and Central. I'm kind of going all over the place, but Central's right in there every year. They used to be the 6th, moved to the 7th, and that was tough. They just added one more great team with a great tradition into that 7th region. St. X, Coach Klein, class act, does a great job. I asked him tonight, I probably should have, but I asked him about how do you handle the expectations and the pressure, and he said, well, we just have these type of things that we do day in, day out, and that's just what we do, and it's about the process. Because last year they had all that pressure on. They were a tremendous team. They played well all year long, and and just had a give J-Town credit, but they were in the state tournament, but just had a tough game at a tough time. And man, as a coach, I've been there and done that. It weighs on you. It weighs on you, and this is the time you worked all year long to have the opportunity to get back and win the big prize. And so, I'd say for them, it's how they handle that feeling and how they channel that. And but they cannot be counted out. I think they're definitely one of the best teams that's been around in a long time, along with some of these other teams. But it's brutal, and I look forward to the entire tournament. I don't think there could be a better one out there.
Absolutely. I think it's going to be a great 7th region tournament. As Joe Cox put it last night while we were at Christian Academy of Louisville, he said the 7th region is Murderer's Row. I mean, it's cutthroat, it is competitive, it is I mean, bias aside, probably one of the better districts within the state of Kentucky.
Well, they're regions, yeah.
Region. Apologize.
Yeah, I mean, any of these teams. I mean, if you take a Central out of the 7th, you take an Eastern out of the 7th. I mean, you take a Wagner out of the 7th. They could go into any other region and probably win the thing. Jeff's done a great job with Eastern. Picked up another young man, Bowl, that we watched last night. I think the matchups probably gave him less time than normal, but you got a 7'1", 7'2" that can move and play, and then you turn around, you have Young, that's a tremendous player that's at 6'10", and then you have a coach like Jeff Morrill that knows what he's doing in good guards. There's no givens on this sheet. Not even first rounds. There's just no givens. Nothing would surprise. Well, there might be a few things, but not much. But right now, if I talk about the hottest team, it's only because it was the last team I saw. Last night, Ballard was as hot as any team I've seen.
I mean, but as long as Cole Edlin is knocking down shots and Mason Grivna is controlling the paint, I think it's going to be really, really, really hard to beat this Ballard team. I mean, we saw them, like you said, earlier in the year when they played Manual, rallying back from that. And that game was without Cole Edlin. Right. And then we've seen them later in the year with Cole Edlin, beating Eastern 90-60 and then 91-62. It's this. They are the team to beat, in my opinion.
I don't disagree. I'm not seeing St. X enough.
That's fair.
I've always seen them early. I saw Trinity with their players back. I've seen Manual multiple times. I've seen Male. But what I would say is, we talk about Cole and we talk about, help me here, the post player.
Mason Grivna.
Yeah. I mean, he's a tremendous talent for a freshman, no doubt about it. Great footwork, great post moves. He can step out and hit a three. He makes his free throws. He's special, no doubt about it. But I'll tell you, they have guards, and we only mentioned 2 names. I wish I had my sheets from last night because I could go down the row, and they have 6 or more. They all play like guards, and they can all shoot.
Yes.
And they all step in and make great plays. I talked constantly about a couple of the guards last night. They might not be talked about, but they make the biggest difference. They allow Cole Edlin to be off the basketball. He doesn't have to handle it all the time. Cole is a special talent. There's no doubt about it. What I was pleased with last night when I watched Cole play was he made several times he broke down the defense. He made the extra pass, and I know I said it over and over and over last night. That's really important because when you're coming into the program, he came in late. He was other places and came in late. And you come into that program, that's so important because he takes a lot of shots and he plays a lot of minutes. So to be accepted and to build good chemistry, he's got to be able to do that. And I thought last night he did a pretty good job of that. And they seem to be playing well together. And to be honest, that was one of my concerns. I mean, he's a great player, but guys are guys, and if you get out there and you take their minutes away, anything can happen. But they just look like. It looks like Coach has done a really good job of keeping the cohesiveness there. They just look like they played together forever and ever and ever, and they're really like I said, they're a very hot team right now.
Yes.
But once again, we got so many, and I know I'm saying the same thing over and over again. But it's amazing what that is. I can't wait to follow it. I think we might have together. I think at this point in time, I actually had the finals of the 7th Region Boys. And when I saw I had that game, I was thrilled to death. I can't wait.
Well, Mark, I think it's going to be a fantastic week of basketball next week. Folks, don't go anywhere next week. March 2nd, following into the week after that, all the way up until the 10th, every single day, you will have a GlyCod broadcast to watch, whether it's in the evening or afternoon on Saturday, March 7th. We will have a couple of afternoon broadcasts. But don't go anywhere, folks. Matchups and games that we specifically will be covering on Glycod will be announced on glycod.com here shortly. So tune into our YouTube page, head to glycod.com, see which games we'll be covering. And yeah, my team will certainly be out at quite a few. I'll probably be out with quite a few with you there, Mark. And I'm just really looking forward to it. So for Nick Landrum and Mark Evans at Holy Cross High School here in lively, shively Louisville, Kentucky, we want to thank you for tuning in for our broadcast of the 6th and 7th Regional Selection Show. Special shout-outs to our owner-operator, Chris Labar, and executive producer, Steve Bird, for giving me all of my information today. Thank you very much, Steve. So with that being said, folks, don't go anywhere. Join us next week. We got a lot of great 6th, 7th, 11th regional tournament action coming at you on Glycod. Visit our YouTube page or go to our website at glycod.com. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday afternoon. Folks, thank you very much. Take care, and we'll see you next week.
From Glycod, this has been UA Local 502 Louisville Basketball Game Night. UA Local 502 and the Mechanical Contractors Association of Kentucky. We do it right the first time. Tonight's game was brought to you by Red Ball Recycling, turning your scrap metal into scrap money. HKC Roofing, better than guaranteed. Tinsley Family Concessions, commitment to quality. German American Bank, building our community since 1910. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust. Anderson's Sales and Service, a top choice for homeowners and lawn professionals. And by Blinds Direct and State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilley.
Visit glycod.com and follow us on social media for information about upcoming broadcasts and other high school sports content. Thank you for watching this live sports presentation on Glycod.
Friends from way back from high school, man.